Hey, how's your day?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very good.
Mhm.
Yeah, here I'll just get out my Word doc really quick with my questions because I
Oh,
wrote,
goody.
yeah. So, the first question is, what got you into music, specifically operatic music, but also, I guess, music in general as well?
Yeah, was singing ever since I was little. I would sing in the car and annoy my parents, of course, in the back seat. And they put me in church choir at a very young age. And I loved that. Started in the good old church choir and continued singing and went to high school specifically for choir, for theater. I trained in musical theater, and I was being starting to get trained in classical voice in high school, and also was just in choirs. I was in a professional little children's choir in Austin, Texas as well. Was actually getting music theory training very early. And then high school, I was told, "Hey, you have a voice for opera. Have you looked into that?" And I went, "What's that? Opera's for old people," because obviously that's what a 15-year-old would say. And kept getting shown the same YouTube video over and over from different people in my life saying, "Hey, this reminds me of you. This reminds me of you." And I'm like, okay, too many people are showing me this video. I guess I should check it out. Fell in love with opera and fell in love with musical theater at the same time. And the rest is history. Here we are.
Yeah, the next thing is, do you think that chest voice should be developed in all female voices in opera and not just mezzos and contraltos, but also in sopranos as well? Do you think so?
Ooh, I love how we're already jumping right into it. Absolutely. I think chest voice needs to be developed in every walk of life. Any person who is wanting to perform should develop their chest voice because one, I am a mezzo soprano, so I'm biased. I love chest voice. But it's also can be used for dramatic purposes depending on the character that you're playing. There are, no matter who you are on stage, there might be a dramatic moment where chest voice is called for. So I absolutely think it should be developed no matter what.
Okay, yep. And the next question is back then in the old days when I used to listen to less classical music than I do today. The story I'm about to tell may be like a minute and a half long, okay? Bear with
I'll
me.
brace myself.
Yeah, lots of contemporary YouTube vocal coaches out there claim that mezzos were the most common voice type, and I used to believe them. But as I slowly got into classical music, I found many classical vocal coaches saying that sopranos are the most common, and I was kind of confused at the time, and I didn't accept it because my mind was used to like mezzos being the most common. But over time, it's like I realized, yeah, that's probably true. Is is that right?
Honestly, what I see and what I hear is, and by just statistics alone, is I do see, especially in the classical world, there are more sopranos out there. But what's amazing about mezzo sopranos and sopranos as well, they're all different walks of life, different sized voices of sopranos, different sized voices of mezzos, and every body, every singer is going to be different. Like I do have I do have high notes. I might be considered a high mezzo soprano. Some teachers or some judges in competitions have said, "Hey, are you a soprano?" And I went, "No." It happens. And I'm sure, I know I'm not the only mezzo that has happened to. And I know other sopranos who might have probably have had the same thing happen to them, vice versa. But that's one of the great things about singing in general is no matter what voice part or fach you might be put into, like it doesn't matter in my opinion. You might have a bigger voice, you might have a smaller voice, you
Mm.
might be more adept at coloratura. Sing what you want to sing and what feels good in your own voice. That's what I say.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of Thomas Hampson. You know, it's like all those videos complaining that he's a tenor.
Oh, poor Thomas Hampson.
Well, I disagree with those people. I think he's Mm, a really high baritone, in my opinion.
Sure. I mean, yeah, Thomas Hampson, he does a lot of master classes with I've been in watched a master class of his live before, which and he's great at what he does. He loves all of his villain characters too. So yeah, take advantage of play the characters you want to play and sing what is comfortable for you.
Yeah. So, do you think there's a crisis at universities teaching uh on teaching operatic technique? Like, in other words, like kind of similar to like the This Is Opera YouTube channel. I'm complaining about modern day opera singers not sounding like they used to because of universities. What do you think of that?
Oh goodness. Um, I don't per se think there's a crisis in teaching vocal technique. I don't think so. What I think there more is a crisis of in the university setting is more about actually mental health in this business because it's a very difficult business to be in and you have to train your voice and all of the muscles that go with it, but you also do need to train your mind, and I think that's what's being more neglected at universities right now.
Okay, yeah. So, the next question is, what does it feel like to sing Carmen? And do you feel a connection with the character to any extent?
Oh goodness. I love singing Carmen. I think she is a fantastic character and human being to get to study. And I've had the privilege of getting to sing both Carmen and then La Tragédie de Carmen, the Peter Brooks adaptation of it. And I absolutely love both women. It's slightly there are slight differences, but I think she is one of the strongest female presenting characters in opera. And I absolutely love getting to portray that alone. I think vocally she is very comfortable, and so I'm like, okay, good. That's always nice. And I absolutely love getting to go on that journey with her, and every production is different because you have a different cast and you might discover something new every time you do a different production, which is fantastic. So I absolutely do adore singing Carmen.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of I think the question was inspired by Nadine Sierra, um, because she says that she feels connection to the characters that she likes to play
Mm-hmm.
in some interviews herself. So,
Oh, for sure.
yeah. And so, what is your favorite opera that you like to perform in and why? And do you feel a connection with the character in that opera that you enjoy singing as?
Oh, that's all fantastic questions. I'm this. I feel bad. You have those were such fantastic questions, but I feel like my answer is I don't know yet because there are so many characters and
That's
shows that I haven't done, and I'm hoping to also get to be a part of shows that are still being written. So we've had a lot of new works, which is really exciting, and we have living composers that are putting out works now, and so I'm hoping that there are going to be more roles like Carmen that I do love singing so much, but I'm really excited for the future and the new roles and works that are coming out. So I'm hoping the answer is I don't know yet because I'm hoping to see what happens.
you acted like as if though you're kind of guilty about, but good news. I don't think that's such a bad thing, okay? It's
I love it. I love
yeah,
it.
so the next thing is I heard you were an actress as well. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, I do. I still do opera and I do musical theater as well. So I have had
Like not
musicals this
like
past season and doing callbacks for musicals now, actually.
so like shows and so like not like shows and movies per se.
I have done some callbacks for movies before, so I've dabbled a little bit in it, and but haven't done any big professional like big movie thing. Like no one's gonna recognize me from a movie right now.
Oh yeah. So I'm out what I'm about to say it's not a bad thing, okay? It's the question I'm about to ask. It's something that I really like about you in a way because it makes you unique. How come you like Disney princesses so much?
Oh my gosh. I love that. You've done your research. Oh goodness. I just do love Disney. I don't think I would consider myself a Disney adult. I don't have a wall of ears dedicated to the whole thing. But what I really love about Disney are the stories. And that's actually kind of why I love
Yeah.
certain things about operas and about musicals is I love the stories and the messages that these movies and Disney portray. And so I do love a lot of Disney characters as well too. And I mean, I do prefer playing the Disney villains. They're more fun. But no, I mean, I do work at various Princess Party companies in the US and do love getting to portray these characters for kids and for families too. And the parents love it too. So I really just it's a great way to still keep up the singing in a way too, because I do sing as the characters as well too. And you get to do it's an acting workshop too, because you have to be ready to improv and and you have to know so much information about the characters that you're playing. I always joke with my friends, I'm like, if you're ever at a trivia night and it's a Disney themed trivia night and you need to phone a friend, I am that friend. I will probably know the answer.
Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars fan. Kind of reminds me of my Star Wars fandom. No,
I love Star Wars too.
oh,
I'm here with you.
especially the Bad Batch. Okay, it's like I
Yeah,
rewatched
I
both.
did watch all of season 1 and season 2 of Bad Batch. I'm excited to see what they continue with that.
Unfortunately, the guy with the goggles tech unfortunately fell, which was,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was sad.
No, there was I didn't I we knew someone was gonna go down. It just it was so I hate that like we don't have our original Bad Batch together anymore, which is a little sad.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? He may have survived. I really do hope that there's a slight chance
Mhm.
he survived. Like, I really do hope that.
Oh, for sure. And that goes for the rest of the possibilities of the characters that might have
Yeah.
survived in the
Yeah.
rest of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. And so, another question is, do you think that the comment section is the best way to learn about singing technique and also about like the Fach system?
Like the comment sections of social media.
Yeah. Or like of YouTube videos?
Oh gosh, no. I mean, the truth is I avoid the comment section like the plague most of the time. So I
Oh,
don't know because I don't like reading comments. I don't like reading reviews
oh
of
yes, like
myself too.
a lot of so like a lot of lyric baritones these days. A famous example being Lucas Meacham, if
Hmm.
you've heard of him.
Oh yes, I've heard of Lucas Meacham.
And he gets lots of comments complain about people complaining that he's a tenor,
Uh,
which
yeah.
it and it's kind of absurd to me that like they obsess over it as if those and that's I don't think Lucas is a tenor in my opinion. He sounds like a high baritone in my
Hmm.
opinion. So and even if he was a tenor, it's like, is that the end of the world that he's singing baritone repertoire? It's like,
Like Zwischenfach is a thing, so there are many people successfully doing that. So yeah, like what I said before, sing the roles and the characters that you're drawn to and what feels comfortable in your own voice. So pardon me. But yeah, sing what's comfortable in your own voice. And I avoid the comment section for my own mental health, and I'm sure many